Welcome to the Arctic, a realm of icy plains and breathtaking beauty. This is where polar bears roam, and the northern lights dance across the sky. It's a land of extremes. The Arctic is a place of wonder, a testament to nature's resilience. The Arctic may seem desolate at first glance, but it teems with life. It's home to unique creatures, each adapted to the extreme conditions. Join us as we explore the Arctic's wonders, from its powerful predators to the delicate balance of its ecosystem. Prepare to be captivated by the Arctic's raw beauty and the remarkable creatures that call it home. This is Wild Wonders Animal TV Episode 4. Today, we journey to the Arctic life at the edge of the world. The Arctic Circle, at roughly 66.5 degrees north latitude, marks the southern boundary of this icy realm. Encompassing portions of countries like Canada, Russia, and Greenland, the Arctic is an expanse of frozen ocean surrounded by land masses. The region experiences some of Earth's most extreme weather conditions. Winters are long and dark, with temperatures plummeting to unimaginable depths. Summers, though brief, bring a surreal phenomenon, the midnight sun. During this time, the sun never sets below the horizon, bathing the Arctic in perpetual daylight. The Arctic is a land of stark contrasts, a place where the sun both vanishes and reigns supreme. These extremes shape not only the landscape, but also the lives of the creatures that inhabit this extraordinary region. The Arctic plays a vital role in regulating the Earth's climate. Its vast ice sheets reflect sunlight back into space, helping to cool the planet. The Arctic Ocean, a critical part of global ocean currents, influences weather patterns worldwide. The Arctic is also home to indigenous peoples who have thrived in this challenging environment for millennia. Their traditional knowledge and deep connection to the land provide invaluable insights into living in harmony with nature. However, the Arctic is changing at an alarming rate. Global warming poses a significant threat to this fragile ecosystem. The Arctic ecosystem is defined by its extreme conditions. Imagine a world where temperatures plummet to bone-chilling lows, a world where the sun disappears for months on end. This is the reality of the Arctic, a place where life clings to existence in the face of relentless cold and unforgiving darkness. The landscape itself is a testament to the harsh climate. Vast stretches of ice and snow dominate the terrain, broken only by towering glaciers and frozen tundra. The ground remains perpetually frozen, a layer of permafrost that extends deep beneath the surface. This frozen earth poses a challenge for plant life, limiting the diversity of vegetation that can survive here. Yet, despite these challenges, the Arctic teems with life. From microscopic organisms to massive marine mammals, a surprising array of creatures has adapted to thrive in this seemingly inhospitable environment. Their survival hinges on a delicate balance, an intricate web of life that has evolved over millennia to withstand the Arctic's extremes. Ice and snow are not merely features of the Arctic landscape. They are the very foundation upon which this unique ecosystem rests. The vast ice sheets that cover much of the Arctic Ocean play a critical role in regulating global temperatures. Acting like a giant mirror, they reflect sunlight back into space, helping to cool the planet. The extent of sea ice cover fluctuates throughout the year, expanding during the long dark winters and shrinking as temperatures rise in the summer months. This seasonal cycle of freezing and thawing is essential for many Arctic species. For example, algae, which form the base of the Arctic food web, thrive in the nutrient-rich waters beneath the ice. As sunlight penetrates the ice in the spring, these algae bloom, providing a vital food source for a host of marine creatures. The ice itself also provides a crucial habitat. Seals, for instance, rely on sea ice for breeding and raising their pups. They dig out snow caves on the ice surface, providing shelter from the elements and protection from predators. The stability and extent of sea ice are therefore critical to the survival of these animals. Life in the Arctic is a testament to nature's remarkable ability to adapt. Over millions of years, plants and animals have evolved fascinating adaptations to thrive in this extreme environment. The iconic polar bear, with its thick fur and blubber, is a master of survival. The Arctic fox changes its coat color with the seasons for camouflage. Arctic plants grow low, using snow for insulation and shallow roots for nutrients. The Arctic Ocean teems with life, its icy waters supporting a complex food web that stretches from microscopic algae to apex predators, like the polar bear. At the base of this web are phytoplankton, tiny algae that harness the sun's energy through photosynthesis. These microscopic powerhouses fuel the entire ecosystem, providing a vital food source for a host of marine creatures. Zooplankton, small animals that drift in the ocean currents, graze on the phytoplankton, transferring energy up the food chain. These tiny creatures, in turn, become a meal for fish, squid, and other marine animals. Larger predators like seals and walruses rely on fish and other marine life for sustenance. The walrus, with its massive tusks, uses its sensitive snout to locate clams and other shellfish on the ocean floor. Seals, on the other hand, are agile hunters, diving deep beneath the ice to catch fish and squid. At the top of the Arctic food chain sits the polar bear, the undisputed king of the frozen north. This apex predator relies heavily on seals for survival, using its keen sense of smell to locate seal breathing holes in the ice. A delicate balance. The Arctic ecosystem, though seemingly harsh and unforgiving, is a delicate web of interconnected life. Each species, from the tiniest algae to the mighty polar bear, plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of this extraordinary environment. However, this delicate balance is under threat. Climate change, driven by human activities, is rapidly warming the Arctic, leading to shrinking ice cover, rising sea levels, and other profound ecological changes. These changes have far-reaching consequences for Arctic wildlife. As sea ice disappears, so too do the hunting grounds of polar bears, putting their survival at risk. Changes in water temperature and salinity affect the distribution and abundance of fish and other marine life, impacting the entire food web. The Arctic is a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet. What happens in the Arctic does not stay in the Arctic. The fate of this unique ecosystem is inextricably linked to our own. Lords of the ice, polar bears. No creature embodies the spirit of the Arctic quite like the polar bear, a majestic predator perfectly adapted to life on the ice. With their thick white fur coats, they are masters of camouflage, blending seamlessly with the snowy landscape. Their massive paws, equipped with rough pads and non-retractable claws, provide exceptional traction on ice and snow, allowing them to navigate the treacherous terrain with ease. Polar bears are solitary creatures, roaming vast distances in search of food. Their keen sense of smell is their most valuable tool, allowing them to detect the faintest whiff of prey from miles away. They are particularly adept at hunting seals, their primary food source. Their Latin name, Ursus maritimus, aptly translates to maritime bear, reflecting their dependence on the sea for survival. Indeed, polar bears are as comfortable in the water as they are on land. They are powerful swimmers, using their large front paws to propel themselves through the icy waters. Their thick layer of blubber, an insulating layer of fat beneath their skin, helps keep them warm in the frigid Arctic waters. Hunting techniques of the polar bear. Polar bears have evolved remarkable hunting techniques in the challenging Arctic environment. They wait near seal breathing holes, striking with powerful paws. Another tactic is stalking seals, basking on the ice. Their white fur provides excellent camouflage. They feed on seal blubber, a rich energy source. As apex predators, they regulate prey populations. Seals, adaptable survivors. Seals are among the most adaptable Arctic creatures, thriving with unique physical and behavioral traits. Their streamlined bodies and powerful flippers make them agile swimmers, diving deep for food. Each seal species has unique adaptations, like a harp seal's distinctive markings. Seals rely on sea ice for breeding and raising pups. They dig snow caves for shelter and protection. Ringed seals maintain breathing holes in the ice. Seals are crucial to the Arctic food web, prey for polar bears. Their abundance supports the entire ecosystem. Walruses, social giants of the Arctic. Walruses are iconic Arctic inhabitants, known for their massive size and tusks. They gather in large herds on ice floes and shorelines. Their thick blubber insulates them from frigid waters. Tusks, elongated canine teeth, are used for various purposes. Both males and females have tusks up to 3 feet long. They use tusks to haul out of water and create breathing holes. They forage on the ocean floor, primarily for clams. Climate change threatens their habitat and survival. Diminishing ice forces, overcrowding, and competition for resources. Arctic foxes, masters of camouflage. The Arctic fox is a master of survival in the harsh Arctic environment. It changes coat color with the seasons. In winter, it sports a white coat, camouflaging against the snow. In summer, it sheds to a brown or gray coat. This helps it blend with the tundra. This adaptation increases its survival. Arctic foxes are opportunistic feeders. They primarily eat lemmings. They also scavenge carcasses, often following polar bears for scraps. Their adaptability and camouflage make them well suited to the Arctic. The Arctic hare is another master of survival in the frigid north. Its adaptations for cold weather are truly remarkable. Its thick, woolly fur coat, which turns white in winter for camouflage, provides exceptional insulation against the biting wind and freezing temperatures. Unlike rabbits, which live in burrows, Arctic hares do not dig dens. Instead, they shelter from the elements in shallow depressions in the snow, relying on their thick fur coats and low surface area to volume ratio to conserve heat. They have relatively short ears, legs, and tails, minimizing heat loss. Arctic hares are herbivores, feeding primarily on woody plants, mosses, and lichens that grow low to the ground. They use their keen sense of smell to locate food buried beneath the snow, digging down with their powerful front paws to access these hidden resources. Their ability to find food and shelter in the harshest of conditions, combined with their impressive adaptations for cold weather survival, makes them perfectly suited to life at the edge of the world. The lives of Arctic animals are intricately intertwined, connected by the delicate balance of predator and prey. The relationship between the polar bear and the ringed seal is a prime example of this delicate balance. The polar bear, as the apex predator, relies heavily on ringed seals for survival. Ringed seals maintain breathing holes in the ice to escape from predators. However, this delicate balance is under threat from climate change. Arctic species have evolved over millennia to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. The polar bear, with its thick fur coat and insulating blubber, is a marvel of adaptation. The Arctic fox, with its color-changing fur, demonstrates remarkable adaptability. The Arctic hare showcases the resilience of life in extreme cold. However, the rapid pace of climate change is testing the limits of even the most resilient species. The Arctic is facing unprecedented challenges, primarily driven by human-induced climate change. Polar bears are facing shrinking hunting grounds as sea ice diminishes. Walruses are experiencing overcrowding and increased competition for resources. Arctic foxes are facing habitat loss and food scarcity. It is our responsibility to address the root causes of climate change and to mitigate its impacts on the Arctic ecosystem. The Arctic dances to a different rhythm, dictated by extreme cycles of light and darkness. The Arctic experiences two primary seasons: a brief, vibrant summer and a long, harsh winter. These dramatic shifts drive profound ecological changes. As the sun's arc dips lower, the landscape undergoes a dramatic transformation. It is during these times of dramatic change that the resilience and adaptability of Arctic species are truly put to the test. As winter tightens its hold, many creatures embark on epic journeys south. Among the most impressive travelers are the birds. Millions of birds breed in the Arctic during the short summer. Arctic terns hold the record for the longest migration, traveling over 44,000 miles. These migrations are a vital link in the global ecosystem, connecting the Arctic to other parts of the world. As the sun dips below the horizon, the Arctic plunges into the polar night. Temperatures plummet, and the sea freezes over. The land becomes a frozen, unforgiving expanse. Many animals have adapted to survive the long, dark winter. Some animals, like the Arctic ground squirrel, enter a state of hibernation. The Arctic is a land of extremes, where survival depends on adaptation. Polar bears rely on a thick fur coat and an insulating layer of blubber. Arctic foxes cache food and reduce their activity levels. These adaptations are a testament to the power of natural selection. However, the rapid pace of climate change is now testing the limits of even the most well-adapted Arctic species. The Arctic is now on the front lines of climate change. The region is warming at twice the global average. This rapid warming is transforming its landscapes and disrupting its ecosystems. The most visible consequence is the dramatic decline in sea ice. The Arctic is a delicate web of life, and the rapid warming is unraveling this web. The melting of Arctic sea ice is a stark warning sign of profound ecological shifts. The loss of sea ice impacts everything from the base of the food web to apex predators. The timing of seasonal events is shifting, impacting the availability of food. The melting ice opens up new areas of open water, exposing the Arctic Ocean to increased wave action. The Arctic is becoming increasingly vulnerable to the forces of change. The Arctic's wildlife is facing unprecedented challenges as climate change disrupts their habitats. Polar bears rely heavily on sea ice for hunting seals. As sea ice diminishes, polar bears are forced to spend more time on land. Walruses are being forced to haul out on land in greater numbers. The changing ice conditions are also impacting the breeding success of some seal species. The Arctic is sending us a clear and urgent message. Climate change is real and happening now. Reducing our reliance on fossil fuels is essential to curbing greenhouse gas emissions. Supporting policies that promote energy efficiency and invest in renewable energy technologies can help. We can also make a difference through our individual choices. Supporting sustainable businesses and advocating for policies that protect the environment can contribute to a more sustainable future. As we conclude our Arctic journey, we're left with a profound sense of awe at the raw beauty and the delicate balance that defines this extraordinary region. We've witnessed the remarkable adaptations of creatures like the polar bear and the Arctic fox. Yet, we've also been confronted with the stark reality of climate change, its impact on the Arctic ecosystem undeniable. The melting ice, the shifting seasons, and the uncertain future of its iconic inhabitants serve as a powerful call to action. Animal TV.